And keep those hands going for the very funny Jake Lipinsky.
What's going on, Helium? How we doing, guys? Yeah, dude. Oh, man, dude, I love living in Philadelphia, dude. I love living in Philly, dude. I was at an abortion rally recently at City Hall. This is not an abortion joke, all right? It's just a fun Philly observation, all right? So I was at an abortion rally at City Hall, and there was a guy there. He had a sign. It's the most Philly thing I've ever seen. It said, "Nobody tells my wife what to do." and then he turned the sign over and said, like, "Except for me." Then his buddy came and joined him and said, like, "My wife has the right to choose." On the back it said, like, "To do the dishes." Dude, Philly's the best. The Philly homeless, though, they're crazy, right? You guys know. I do this little thing. I give like socks to the homeless when it's cold out. Right? I know I'm getting into heaven. I know. Yeah, dude. But I was giving out these socks to this homeless guy, right? And I was like, "Oh, is there anything else I could do for you, sir?" And he was like, "Yeah, actually, can you listen to my podcast and subscribe?" I was like, first of all, dude, give me those fucking socks back. First of all, like, dude, you have Wi-Fi out here? That's not the deal. You have electricity? I was gonna roll away, then I was like, "Actually, dude, can I be on your podcast, dog?" I had to use a little bit, like. I drove away, I was like, 5 stars and subscribe, brother. Like, keep it real, dude. Stay warm. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, I'm nostalgic for middle school. Do you guys remember middle school? I'm nostalgic for it. Like, I'm nostalgic for, like, right before you could Google everything, right? People were just lying about everything, right? Like, do you remember when your friends first told you about jerking off, but they lied to you about how to do it and said you had to yank your ball bag? Do you guys remember this? And then they were talking about it the next day. They were talking about how good jerking off feels. You're like, "Oh, yeah, dude, jerking off feels so good." And it hurts a little bit, too, right? Oh, man, dude. It was like, oh, boys, my favorite part about jerking off is when you throw up after. That's the best part. It's like, "Oh, guys, when I'm jerking off, I'm good for like a month." You know what I mean? It's too much for me, dude. I was the same, though, in middle school. I lied all the fucking time, dude. I was a fucking liar. Like, do you guys remember the family computer? The family computer, right? One rule. You can look up whatever you want. Just gotta delete your search history after, right? I fucking always forgot, dude. My poor mother. Dude, the shit I subjected her to. Oh my God, dude. This little boy who used to say things to her like, "I love you," is now Googling things like biggest tits on planet Earth. Biggest boobies in the whole wide world. Massive mommy milkers, you know. She didn't need that, dude. She didn't need that. Yeah, dude. In middle school, I had weird nipples. It's true. When I first hit puberty, the only thing to grow on my body was my nipples. I had huge nipples. And all the boys in the locker room, they would tease me. They'd say things like, "Hey, where are you going? Big nipples." They go, oh, salami boy is changing the stall. Oh, pepperoni boy. Man, dude. And all my friends, they had these perfect, tiny little nipples. And I was so jealous how I envied them, dude. And they were so big. And they were so big that I got convinced I had breast cancer. Yeah. And I went home late at night and I told my father, I said, "Dad, I think I have breast cancer." And he didn't even look up. He was just like, "God doesn't kill 12-year-old boys with breast cancer." And then he took off his shirt and showed me his nipples. They were the biggest nipples I ever seen in my life. And he was just like, "Hey, you see these? Hey, look at these. Lipinsky men have big nipples. This is your future." Yeah, dude. I was wild in middle school and teenage years. Like, do you guys like art? If you're here, you obviously love art, right? Like, you know the rule, like, you go to art museum, you're not supposed to touch the art. I touch that shit. I don't give a fuck, dude. I touch that shit. Like, when I was in high school, I saw a Van Gogh, right? Real Van Gogh, surprisingly unguarded Van Gogh, right? And I knew I had the foresight when I was 12 years old. I was like, I'm only going to be the only person who ever touched a Van Gogh, right? You know? Like, just a round of applause. Like, who has touched a Van Gogh in here? Fucking exactly. Yeah, dude. All right, guys, my name is Jake. Have a great night.
Jake Lipinsky. That was Jake Lipinsky.